Defining the reading order. In this video, I like to show you how to define the reading order in InDesign with using MadeToTag. First of all, I like to show you MadeToTag, therefore I'm going to Window and then MadeToTag. As you can see, I'm working now in task number 2, structure content into articles. First of all, how does it work? You have here something like a status window, which informs you how many elements you got in your document. In the next area, you'll see everything you need as information for your articles. It does not matter if it's a current article or all the articles, and that's the thing we are working inside. As you can see, I already have a title here. This one is my article for everything that's on my title page, and in this case, I just used InDesign to put this inside of this article. So therefore, you can use InDesign or you can use MadeToTag. Both will end up the same way. There are some advantages to the export afterwards, but normally you can use both versions, MadeToTag and InDesign, but you can benefit from some of the advantages of MadeToTag. To give you a little overview, I'm just jumping to the next page. Here you can see several kind of content, and I'm trying to cover all the things that could happen in the document. First of all, how do we order our content? That's a little bit up to you. My approach will always be put separate elements of my publication into one article. I already put everything on the title page in my title article. Here on my left side, I have something like a preface, so I would make just a new article for this one. To make this one a new article, I'm just click on a text frame, go to link frame 2, and then click on new article. A name will be suggested. I can change it easily if I like to, and then press OK. My preface is now in a separate article, and if I need to make changes in this one, maybe add a picture, it's easier for me to find the position of this element. On the right side, start once again a new article for me because it's a separate part of the publication, my model comparison. So I once again go to link frame 2 and say new article. Once again, I get a name provided here. That's fine for me now, so I just check it, and then I can continue to work on. And now it depends what your approach is, how to build up your InDesign document. I will cover almost everything that could happen in your document. So for now, I'm just starting with my first product here, given here by separate elements. So I'm just having one element, it's one text frame for my heading, one for my text, one for some additional things, and one for the picture. So I have now 4 different elements. I need to bring them to the correct order. I just now go for the first one I like to have in my reading order. And in this case, I do not make a new article. I just add it to the current one because that makes it a little bit easier to have everything that's related to one part of my publication inside of one area in the article. So I'm just clicking on this one. Second one will be my text, so I'm just clicking on this one. And afterwards, I like to have, of course, this picture and not the last text given here. So I just change to the picture, say current article, and then afterwards I can just click on the last entry and I'm done with my first product. Here is it very helpful to get some kind of feedback from MadeToTag. Did I selected everything that's connected to my first element here? The 4 frames I was clicking on. Yes, I know that's there, but sometimes you miss something. And therefore, you can always go here in this area to show frames. And my recommendation is always be, most often I click on not in any article. So if I'm clicking on this one, it will hide all the elements that's part of any kind of article. If I'm clicking on it, it shows me just the elements that are not part of any kind of article. This will, at the moment now, if I'm now exporting something, this will be something like an artifact, which is of course not appropriate. So we will continue with the other 2 products on the right side. The next approach, I have one text frame for the heading and the paragraph. So I just say add it to the current article. Then afterwards, I'm clicking on the figure. And then in the last stage, I'm clicking on the additional text I have it here. So as you can see, you can do it with 4 frames. You can do it with less frames. It's a little bit up to you. And even you can do it with only 2 frames, one for the picture, one for the text. And in this case, what I did now, I clicked on my picture and I anchored it to my text. That's possible too. So I now only need to click on the element itself, add it to my current article. And because the picture is included by anchoring it into it, the picture itself is part of the article because I added the text frame. If I'm now using the function, as you can see, it works quite well. In the background, you will see additional content like a picture or you will see, for example, something on a parent page. Content on a parent page will always end up as an artifact. And if you don't like to have specific content as a part of the output, like your background image, the rule is just simple: don't drag it into some kind of artifact, then it will end up being an artifact. Let's continue with the next scenario. On the next page, I have text starting on the left page, and it will continue on the right page. And this could be something that's above 20, 100, whatever pages long. And therefore, it's quite simple. Just take the first text frame that has a text thread about maybe several pages and add this one to an article. In my case, I'm using now the new article function, but instead of clicking the button, I'm just using now some kind of shortcut, which I activated here. And if you're interested in, just go to the menu and then you see some kind of information. Shift-Command-A adds it to an existing article. In my case, I will now click Shift-Command-N to make a new article. And if I'm now adding this to a new article, not only the frame I selected gets part of the article, all the stuff in the text thread is now added to the article. To check this all out, I'm using the Not in Any Article button here. But for now, once again, I'm using the shortcut, which is Shift, Command, and F. And as you can see, the content disappears, so it's part of the things now. Last scenario, this one is maybe the solution for people having long documents. I'm having now a text thread once again, included anchored pictures. Once again, the same stuff as I did before. Making a new article. Once again, the content from the left page and the connected text on the right page will be part of my article. If I'm checking now, you'll see the pictures disappear too, because both of them are connected by anchoring to the text. And it does not matter which kind of anchoring you use, it will work. In this video, you learned how to define the reading order in InDesign and benefit from some of the features given by MadeToTag.